Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Fish Addictions TV. Now what we've got for you is what I would call a classic crappie bite, right?
That's right.
Classic crappie bite to me is one of those bites that starts about an hour before dark and it lasts for about an hour after dark until that zooplankton and all that organisms and stuff from the bottom come up, and kind of when you see your screen clutter up, that's about when it turns off. Now we're able to pick a few of these off before that magical hour like we just did, but as soon as that magical hour before dark and hour after dark happens, it should be a lot of fun. Guys, crappie fishing, and these are some big crappies, so we're really excited to get out here and show you guys what I consider a classic crappie bite. Growing up as a kid, this is how we keyed them, so let's catch them.
Addiction, the fact or condition of being addicted to a particular substance, thing, or activity. An addiction is not desirable. It is something that overtakes your life. What happens when an addiction cannot be stopped? An addiction is stronger than any one drug with only one cure. The cure is not rehab. It is not medication. It is not a counselor. The only cure for us is the water beneath our feet, the rod in our hands, the anticipation of that next big bite, and the camaraderie we all share. This is Fish Addictions TV.
Fish Addictions TV is brought to you by Eskimo Ice Fishing Gear and the rest of our fine sponsors.
Kind of move through and all over there. I mean, we still got a few underneath us, but the big school.
Time to move.
It's unbelievable what this Panoptix and Live-Scope will do for you. I've actually, this is the first time I've gotten Live-Scope on the ice, and it's mind-blowing what we're seeing. We've had this thing out for 20 minutes, put it down, and we were 20 feet off the school. Just kind of rotate it over. There's the school. Go over there, punch a couple holes, set up a house on top of them, and it's game on. It's one of those things that, first off, is going to save you a bunch of time. Panoptix helped you realize what fish we're doing. Live-Scope even takes that a step further, and you can see everything that's going on, whether they're swimming, you know, I mean, you can see exactly how they're reacting because you can actually see the outline of the fish. It's not just a blob down there kind of moving along. First 20 minutes with Live-Scope on the ice.
Oh yeah, squatching. It's the big one. Man, it's the biggest crappie I've gotten all year. And he's going right back. We're super deep, so releasing these fish slowly. Make sure their mouths are closed is important. Here we go. Out of here. Let's go back downtown.
I'm in awe of how good this is. It's just unreal. Wow.
Caught it. Fish number 3 for me this year. I had a late start, had a lot of stuff going on, but I'm out here now and I'm grinding it out.
Hand splash up to there.
With these basin crappies, they're continuously moving. You're never gonna just sit in a hole and just pound on them. No matter what you do, they're gonna move. So for us to be able to understand what they're doing helps us understand what we're doing. Kind of weird. We understand what they're doing, then we understand what we're gonna do.
You know, we're out in about 35 feet of water, but these things are roaming in wolf packs about 10 feet up. Work them nice and slow, bring them up nice and slow. These things come in and they chew. What an unbelievable fish. I'm gonna get them back down there.
Stick with us for more Fish Addictions TV.
The all-new Eskimo pistol bit is the ultimate weapon to pair with your 1/2-inch high-torque cordless drill if you want to be mobile and destroy the ice in a hurry. At just under 4 pounds, nothing will slow you down, as this unit was engineered to cut fast, cut smooth, and maximize the battery life of your cordless drill. Best of all, it's lightweight, so it won't wear you out. If you've been considering a cordless drill auger bit, we challenge you to try the pistol and find something you don't like about it.
Catch Cover makes a full line of hard-nosed products for your fish house. Exceptionally durable. Original catch covers keep out snow, dirt, and road salt. Accessories like rod holders, rattle reels, slush buckets, new moon glow hole sleeves, and much more. All made in Minnesota and backed by a no-question guarantee. Look for Catch Cover at fine retailers or see the entire product line at catchcover.com.
Manitoba, Canada's heart beats.
All right, one. They got that unique purplish tone on their back. Fire down, get another.
You know, one of the things I want to touch base on real quick is there's a few different options when you're fishing. We've chosen to use meat here. I've got 3 waxies on and more 3 just because there's so many fish down there. If you get a bite, you might pull one off and keep one on. So you're more consistently have bait down there without having to reel up, put another one on. Now like I said, there's lots of options. You can use a tungsten, a lead head jig, or even a tall or a tiny little spoon, and those are all going to work for these fish. Basically, we want something that we can get down really fast. So I'm using a bigger tungsten, just be able to drop it straight back down on them real quick, get another fish up, and it's all about getting down there and getting up, getting down there and getting up, and having that opportunity. And we've all chosen the tungsten. We were using spoons yesterday. They just didn't like them quite as much, but I always start aggressive spoons, then downgrade from there. And I've downgraded down to this tungsten with 3 waxies on it. It's been working perfect. See, I mean, it's working, guys. We're staying on them. I cannot tell you enough. Well, you're gonna hear it 10 times in this episode, but Utilize your equipment, utilize what you have to you, whether it's a flasher or whether you've got the Panoptix like we have, or whether you've got a camera. Utilize, see what those fish are doing, follow them, stay on top of them, drill a lot of holes. You're gonna have a lot of success.
Not bad. You know, that's the thing about these basin crappies. They come in all shapes and sizes. You know, you can find giants and you can find scrappy little fellas like this one. We're gonna let him go.
Super tanker hooked up. Wow, this thing is heavy.
Name one thing that's better than getting on a school of crappies like we're on right now. Oh my Lanta. That is unreal.
Just really want to take your time with these basin crappies because of the depths that we're fishing. Just want to take care of the fish, make sure they get back down all right. That's just a small little guy there.
Oh, come on. That was the biggest, like, greatest save.
What's going on?
Come on, are we getting 3 or are you going to get that thing up or what?
We're gonna get it up. We're
That's
gonna
a
take these
giant.
babies up.
That's a giant.
Come on, Patrick.
Quad?
Super tanker.
Unreal. Unreal.
This is an amazing fishery. Holy moly.
Oh boy.
Good one.
Unreal. Jeepers. I think so. Gorgeous. Nice one.
Yeah, you were right about them pretty colors though.
Yeah.
Just the purples, the blues, and the greens.
They're a different breed for sure.
Now is the time things are going to start to get exciting. This is the perfect time when these big crappies are really going to get out here and start feeding like cattle. So stick around. It's going to get exciting. Dude, it doesn't get any better than this. Unreal. I mean, they're biting light, but they're hungry.
Ta-da! Wow.
Jeepers creepers.
Big old yellow belly crappies.
And they're not paper thin either. They're stout. A little substance to them.
Phone book thick.
Fishing crappies and you're talking about phone books. Oh, I'm talking about crappies. Oh yeah.
Is that a bass?
Peacock bass.
Oh.
Need a bigger shaker for all that salt and pepper.
It's getting dark. It's getting darker.
It's getting more darker.
And they're coming back out to eat. This dude's going back down, and we're gonna get ready because the show is about to begin.
Before the spot, before the hole, before the bait. It starts with a passion, and that passion starts at Runnings. The best gear and supplies from the most trusted brands. When you get the strike, will you be ready? Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store.
Goals Resort of Bemidji, Minnesota.
Yeah, your setup. It's 1-to-1. So, you know, guys, we got out here, you know, mid to late afternoon, transitioning on these bass and crappies, looking for this night bite. What we found ourselves, you know, about 35 feet of water, just following these fish around. It's a special bite. You only get to experience a couple times a year because it's got to be nice out as you're outside running around chasing fish like that.
Look at that right there. What a beautiful fish. Finally hit that low light period where these fish are cruising, putting on the feed bag. This is fun.
Yeah, now they're here. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Doubled!
If people only knew the opportunities that exist once that sun goes down. We're out here under lantern light catching huge crappies. It doesn't get any better than that. Unbelievable.
Look at that. Guys, oh my gosh. Here we go. I mean, we usually give high fives with hugs. Hugs, dude.
Unreal. Unreal.
Oh, what do you got there, bud?
Oh, that is definitely a cropzilla. You know,
Oh man, yes sir it is.
North Dakota boys.
Yeah, what do you think? This Minnesota stuff.
It's a unique fishing opportunity. There's no doubt about it. You know, where I come from, not a whole lot of bass and crappie opportunities.
Right.
This is unreal. You guys
Good
are
time?
you guys are spoiled.
A little bit, yeah.
I
You
got
know
it.
what though? It's still a tough bite to find, and we managed just to get her together today.
Fish on! And we are fishing pretty deep, so like we're fishing at 35 feet of water, so we'd like to bring them up nice and slow. They are suspended 10, 12 feet off, so I'm not really worried about it. And that's probably the smallest one we've caught all night, but just bring them up nice and slow, take your time, and they release just fine, especially when they're suspended over that.
Well, I'll show you here in a second. Oh my God, dude. Aaron, keep it rolling. So, a good bait to use here in these basins, since you're fishing a bug pattern, is a small jig lead tungsten. I'm using like a number 10 Northland mud bug, and I'm tipping it with wax worms. And sorry, didn't mean to get interrupted, but this is what you're gonna find out here in these basins like this. And the setup that we're using, if you can see it here, I'll pop them out. It's just a small jig and a couple of waxworms on there, and it's a great imitator of what's emerging from the muddy bottom in here that these guys are feeding on.
Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store with over 40 locations.
Oh, we got some eats. Daddy got a boga. Yeah.
You can't beat this. You can't beat nighttime crappies.
Yeah, if we can get the camera down far enough here, you'll see the insects that these crappies are actually feeding on. It's kind of a combination of zooplankton, phantom larvae, bloodworms, and it's really cool to actually see them on the camera wiggling around and just seeing what these fish are foraging on down there.
Yeah, that's what you've been seeing. It'd be kind of interesting to get a peek at them.
Light on those bloodworms or those phantom larvae, and they're dancing around. There's one right there. See it? That's really cool.
Boom! Boom!
You're the only people out on this lake. The only people. If people knew that, we would not be the only people. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Do a little research. Research your lakes. Look at, I'm gonna let this guy go here. Do your research. Look at DNR maps. Look at even Facebook posts of people. Do research on your lakes. You can find that crappies like this exist in so many lakes you didn't know they did. Really? Really? This has been probably one of the most unbelievable days on a lake. Utilizing that equipment. I can't say it enough. Utilize your equipment. Whatever you have, utilize it.
What a giant. We've said that a lot, but where else can you come?
You're supposed to be packing up!
I don't want to pack up! This is the best crappie bite I've ever been on, and I've been on some phenomenal ones, but this one, hands down, takes a cake.
You ever been emotional on a crappie bite?
I'm at a loss for words, really. I don't know what to say.
We are ending this episode. Hopefully we can get this one in. It has been one of the most This has been one of the most epic crappie bites that I've ever been a part of. We'll get this guy down, it's getting cold out. Guys, we live in an area that is so special that we call the ice belt. And there's so many hidden gems out here. So many places where you can do a little research, do a little homework, and land on fish like we've been on tonight. Wow. This concludes our nighttime crappie episode. Make sure to catch us on all our social media networks. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Unbelievable. We're doing stuff all the time, every day. Keep track of what we're doing. We're not always on bites like this, but we're always on a bite somewhere. This is Fish Addictions TV. We'll see you next week. That's like in my head right now. I don't know the song, so I'm gonna stop right there, but I'm gonna continue to sing it in my head, because in my head it's all right. If it came out of my mouth, it'd be wrong. And you have to be filming that, don't you?
Try it on?
Yuck. Get out of here.
Did you just do that?
Oh.
Good karma.
All right. How's it? What does it taste like? That's
kind of like wood.
Yeah.
Just different texture.
Boom.
Boom, boom.
Everybody say.
Everybody say.
Bye.